Hello, America. We are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where tonight, in just a couple of hours, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, I'm going to be on this stage in the Benedum Theater with 3,000 people here, and we're going to do a live town hall meeting. And I'm going to explain some things in greater detail, not only what's coming, a little bit of history, but also what we can do to change it, what we can do politically to change it, and what we as individuals can do to change it. We were having a conversation in the break, and let me actually start with Scott. Scott was saying that the answer is self-reliance.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people tell me, we have our own business, my wife and I, and we take care of ourselves. We have 35 employees. We make sure that we pay ourselves last, but we're making sure that our business is open and we're taking care of ourselves. We're not waiting for other people to give us handouts. We support ourselves. A lot of people say that's selfish, but it's not selfish because we have 35 employees. We take care of them, we take care of their families, and we take care of what we can take care of.
Okay, Sam, you actually hear from your friends that that is selfish, right?
Yeah, I hear that I'm being selfish, that I'm insensitive, that wanting to do away with entitlement programs will end up disenfranchising people. That's the big word that progressives use. And I look insensitive.
Hang on, before you go any further. Oh, it will. It will. People will be, because we have all grown into this lie that we are entitled to certain things. We are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You cannot round me up on the streets and just take me and throw me in jail. Liberty. You cannot just kill me without a trial. Life. So I can go and pursue happiness. Your job as a government, the only thing I'm entitled to is my life and my liberty, so I can go and pursue happiness. But progressives have totally changed that. And we have adopted the European style. And they're right. The riots, as they called me crazy for saying, now your friends are saying, oh, it's going to cause problems. Yes. Yeah. The riots are coming here as well. They already started in San Francisco. They almost beat a cop to death. They were grab his gun in San Francisco. Anybody see that videotape?
Yeah.
Beating him with his billy club and then saying, grab his gun, grab his gun. He finally got up and said, back off. And it was all over free education. Okay, so you're friends.
Yeah, so I mean, it's hard. I'm a resident physician, so then people say you're insensitive. How could you not want to help people? That's your life's work. But, you know, I believe in self-empowerment, individuality. Like our founding fathers said, 5,000-year leap, they talk about Thomas Jefferson and the founding fathers promoting individual rights as opposed to collective rights. And it seems like we've fallen into this trap of collectivism that people can't find their way out.
What's the problem with collectivism? Anybody?
There's no motivation.
No motivation, right? And what else?
No incentive.
It destroys people. Mm-hmm. It destroys people.
They become the brick.
Exactly right. You just become this little brick, and you don't ever, you know, let me tell you something. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I didn't really start to live until I bottomed out, until I had lost everything. And then you have a moment of choice. Are you going to live or die? Well, America, that's where you are. That's where you are. Not yet. Not yet, but you're close. You're going to live or die. I'm going to live. I want the republic to live. I want man's freedom to live. So we're going to have to apparently crash and then pick ourselves up. But there are going to be people who try to stop us. People who are trying to take Europe, correct me if I'm wrong, David, if you disagree with this assessment, take Europe and make it one united front, lose all nationalities, lose all flags, just one state. Same with the U.S. Take all 50, erase the borders. We're all in this together, one state. That will fail as one state. This will fail as one state. And then they will say, okay, good, we'll just push everybody together and create one new global order, which will also fail. But that's what they're trying to get us to do. And they're trying to pit us against each other. Trying to. I feel bad for the cops and the teachers and the firefighters because they're going to lose their pensions. And already their unions are blaming it on us. Is there a person here who hates the cops? Is there a person here who doesn't want to pay teachers? We were all buying into a lie, and we were played. And it's going to end either in a horrible way or a good way. And Janet, you have already started on the answer, and we're going to go to her next. Okay. Hello. We're in Pittsburgh, and we're doing a special movie theater event tonight. Some movie theaters all around the country. You can go to glennbeck.com for all details. But this is just a group of people from Pittsburgh that we randomly selected. And Janet, I asked before we went on the air, has anybody done anything on the 40-day and 40-night challenge? And has there been any difference in your life? And what happened?
Well, you really motivated me with this because I was starting to feel a little hopeless. And what was I going to do? What could I do to make a difference? One little person in Pittsburgh, what could I do to make a difference? And you did convince me that it has to start with us individually. And so I took the 40-day and 40-night challenge, which is based in faith, hope, and charity. And one of the things that it did is made me focus on my faith even more. Mm-hmm. I thought I was a pretty good Christian. I thought I was doing the right things until I actually looked at it on a day-to-day basis and said, you know what, I think I can do better. And so I did get on my knees to pray every day. And it really makes you think about what is it that you're praying for? What is it that you're saying to God? What is it that you want Him to do in your life, or how can you best serve what He wants you to do? And so it really helped me to focus on those things. And once I did that, the hope became a little better.
Yeah,
it became
brighter.
a little brighter.
Yeah.
And
have you gotten to the place of acceptance now that you know the country's going to change, you know the world's going to change, but it's going to be okay?
yes.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point, I'm doing my food storage.
Good for you.
And then
Let me
the charity.
hang on. When did you start that?
I started it about maybe a month ago.
Okay. I talked to a woman today on radio. She has 6 kids. She lives in Colorado. She called me up and she said, you know, I thought you were nuts. She said, but I thought I'm going to do it. And at the time, 2 years ago, I said, buy extra clothes. If you see them on sale, buy clothes for your kids in advance. You know what size they're going to be generally. Buy them in advance, get these things, and have it all ready to go. She called me and she said, I want you to know, my husband lost his job. After we finished a year's worth of food storage, I learned how to can, I got clothes, blah, blah, blah. She said, my husband lost his job. She said, he's been out of work for 17 months. She said, we haven't had a sleepless night. And she said, now he's going back to work and we're helping others. She said, we have been in the position of teaching others how to can, how to food storage, how to save. She said, and with 6 kids, it's not easy. But there was such peace in her. That's the deal. I mean, you could call me nuts all you want on the food storage thing, and people do. But that's what you have to do. When the world is panicking, we have to be the leaders of, it's okay, it's cool, you can make it. You know, I wish I had that book. I found this book, I don't know, about 10 years ago. And it's called, yeah, I was a drag even 10 years ago. It's called On Thermonuclear War. And it was an old book produced in the late 50s, early 60s. And it was a study done by the government. And it was, okay, so we blow up the world. How many people survive? How do you restart? And the thing that they found that was the most surprising is most people survive. Now we're talking about mutually assured destruction, launching missiles. And they said in the study, the most surprising thing is most people survive. So if we're talking about catastrophic economic destruction, the world's going to change, but we're all going on. It still goes on. It's just, what are we pushed one way or another, or are we strong enough as individuals? I am convinced, I am absolutely convinced, the footprint of the Glenn Beck program, or whatever we do with all the books and everything else we do, is 30 million people every single month. 30 million people. If these 30 million people are the ones who say, it's okay, we're going to make it. Here's how you survive without reaching out for a handout. Here's how you give a hand up. It's not selfish. It's the exact opposite of selfish. You are saying be self-reliant so you can help others become self-reliant, and we don't have to freak out. That is the answer, America. And I know it sounds ridiculous, it may sound stupid, but I'm telling you that the answer is the smallest. Our founders knew on government, it's local, not national. I'm telling you the answer is individual, not collective. Strengthen the individual so you can be the life raft for someone else. Back in a minute.